Hi, Assalamualaikum, and a very good morning to ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the morning forum of today. So, first thing I would like to thank all of the audience in front of me. Thank you very much for attending the forum for today. So, our topics for this morning is about studying or working after graduating from high school. So, before we start our discussion, let me introduce to all of you about our panel for today that will discuss the topic together with me. So we have Miss Akira, a student from SMK Puncak Alam, and the second panel is Miss Sabrina, the counselors of SMK Puncak Alam, and lastly, Dr. Shasha from University of Southern Malaysia. So I hope all of you was in a peak of health. So with me, Shafika, as your moderator for today. So topics. To choose whether to further your study or working is quite hard among students that was freshly graduating from high school. So um, maybe some of students have their own um, plans or path they're going to choose in the future. Before I start asking each of the panels about their opinions, I would like to share my own opinions about this topic. So personally, I would choose working instead of studying because I can see there is a few advantages that we could get when we are working, especially in a very young age. So firstly, we could be more independent persons. Based on the article, high school's employments, meaningful connections at risk yacht. There could be numbers of efficiency advantages to high school employment, which is success in the work world. For example, require disciplined work habits. Discipline will lead us to become independent persons. When we are working, we have many responsibilities in our job and duties. The environment is totally different when we are working and when we at schools or at our and when we are working, the rules may not be strict as our schools or home. For example, when at schools, we usually have our certain times and may have a restricted on what time we should arrive at schools. If we came late, maybe we will get punishment from our teachers. So when you are working, if you came late, nobody's gonna scold or nobody gonna tell you that you should came earlier because you should know that you have your responsibilities as an employee. You have to came earlier. So when we have that kind of responsibilities, we will felt that we should came earlier, and that is how the discipline came to ourselves. Um, I think that when you are working, you have to do it on your own, which is you have to be more independent and you cannot rely too much on people. There is no teacher, there is no parents to talk and to talk and to to talk and to tell you that you should came earlier, you should do that, or you should do that. So nobody's gonna tell you what you should do. You have your own responsibilities. Other than that, we also can earn our own spending money. Have our own money is every people dream. This is because we don't use other people money to buy or spend on what we want to spend. We could also decide what kinds of things that we want to spend on it. Young people that don't have money, the source is only their parents. So basically, on the article written by the G.T. Mortimer, teenager also wants to work to earn their own spending money. Some of teenagers give their earning directly to their parents, and this situation can be related to some students or teenagers that have financial problems, and that is how they spend their own money. And other than that, teenagers could also spend their money to purchase themselves items that their parents could not provide it from for them. So they since they are working and they have their own money, so they can provide it on their own without asking for their parents. For example, to buy clothes, foods, or gas, and maybe to save some portions to largest purchases. Largest purchases could be cars, house, or maybe saving for getting married. Um, those of things need and require a lot of times and money. I think if we save in the early age, maybe we can require it also in the very young age. And um and other than that, beside saving portion for largest purchases, we could also they could also save the money um, for emergency portions. If there any emergencies came out, they have already backup plans, and they don't have to asking other people's to lend money for emergency purpose because they have already saved for emergency purpose. So
Sorry for interrupting you, Miss Shavika. It is true that by working, we can earn money and use that money for helping our family or make some saving in the future. But I would like to disagree with your point because for me, I think we should study first because by studying, we can gain more experience and get a better job and earn more better salaries. Then we can help our family with the higher salaries.
yes, I do agree with Miss Sabrina point since when we are studying, we may gain more skill that other cannot gain, so that maybe we can get a better salary to less our family burden. So maybe we can have another opinion from Miss Akila.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Thank you for Miss Shafika as having me for this forum session. I will choose working instead of study because as a student, I will prefer to work first because when I work first, I will get a work experience. From the work experience, I will gain some experience that are really necessary for this era. Uh, from the specific job, the employers really prioritize with the workers that have an experience and also have a good qualification, but it must have a work experience because the employer believe that the workers have an commitment and also motivation to work in their company. Furthermore, I will put work experience as an information in the resume and CV, and it will help me more to be a to have an chance and opportunity for be selected by the employers because there is uh, many students that have apply in a job but they don't have any chance because they don't have any work experience. The work experience must be relevant with your field for you to pursue your studies. For example, if you want to pursue your study on a business, you must have at least work experience on a business. The article that I have searched before this are written by Rini Florenzo. said that it is important to equip students with a suitcase of skills to help them progress onto further education and into the world of work. So that when you have a work experience, you know the workplace environment, and it really help you to really better in your future career. Next, I want to working because I will deal with a lot of people when I'm working, so that I will know how to improve my skill, communication, and also my social skill. For example, when I am working as a customer line in a F&B, I will need to communicate with customers, and also I must communicate with work friends and managers also, so that I will know how the different background and different attitude that must have me to manage. And also I know that the workplace are really can help me to improvise my skill day by day. Next, uh, in a workplace you cannot choose with who you want to work. For example, you cannot choose with your group if you in a workplace, but when you are in study you can choose with who you want to group maths or group course, and also your lecture also, and that's so easy for you to deal with them.
Sorry for the interruption, Miss Akila. By the way, Assalamualaikum. I'm Dr. Shasha from University South Malaysia. Yes, I agree that working can gain work experience, but studying also can gain work experience, where students do their part-time jobs because they think it will help them easily to get a job after completing the study.
So it was a great point from Miss Akila and Dr. Shasha, and I agree with argument given by Dr. Shasha. Both of the panel give a very good point. So for the further discussion, I would like to hear opinion from Miss Sabrina. So maybe she can give more further information about this topic. So can I have Miss Sabrina for her opinion?
Thank you, Ms. Shafika. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. I'm so glad to be one of the guests for today's forum. I have so many important information to share with everyone about these interesting topics. As a counselor to my school, SMK Puncak Alam, I received so many questions from the students regarding what should they do um, after graduate from high school. Do they need to immediately enter the job market or go for higher education? So as a counselor, I would advise my students to continue studies. The reason why I'm saying this is because um, by studying we can gain knowledge, soft skills, and certificates in the chosen field. I think the youth today makes mistake by measuring the college value college value in a ringgit Malaysia amount. A famous quote by B.B. King said that the beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from us. This quote explain that education is a long-term investment. The time and money that we invest in studying and the um, courage to go through the challenges in studying will be paid off in the future. So there are many benefits from studying. It promotes growth by constantly educating ourselves, asking questions, wanting to know more. We can move forward and achieve things that we never imagined before. I personally think that education gives you a certain level of confidence. Article by Abdul Ghani Al-Shuhaibi from Salalah College of Technology said that one of the benefits of having education is having self-confidence. Being self-confident is a major part of being successful in life. Your level of education is often considered a way to prove your knowledge, and it can give you the confidence to express your opinions and speak your mind. So it best to learn job skills to earn a certification in the field of your chosen profession. Each level of education you complete may help you to develop more skills and signals that you are able to follow through an important task such as planning ahead and meeting deadline that employers value. So Arsha Haq from Ulu University uh, of Applied Science said that people should go for higher education if they want to have an extensive research based on knowledge on a particular field. So moving to my next point, I personally think the student should study after graduating from high school because it can help the student to find a better lines of work in the future. According to a study back in 1973, only 28% of job required a degree, but in 2018 the number is increasing to 63%. Furthermore, a good education tends to lead for a higher paying jobs.
This will only take a minute. Would you mind telling me if there is any research that you found regarding when you study, you can get a higher of salary? Miss Sabrina?
Based on article by Al Sulami from King Abdul Aziz University Jeddah, one of the factor that affected the Saudi salaries are education qualification. Meanwhile, researchers at Georgetown University Center on Education and the Workforce found out that the lifetime earnings for college graduates are higher than the non-graduates. Other than that, education also leads to a lower unemployment. Carnival, Stephen J. Rose and Ben Chea said that the unemployment rate for people without college degree is about twice from people with degree. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sabrina, for the great explanation. So, I would like to hear from our last panel for today. Maybe she have other opinions from the other panel. So maybe maybe Dr. Shasha can further discuss about this topic.
Thank you, Ms. Shafika, as a moderator for this forum today. Before I give my opinion, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Shasha Akila binti Safri from University of Science Malaysia. I would prefer students to continue studying after graduating high school. They can continue to study abroad. In America, studying abroad is valuable and increasingly crucial feature of higher education. Clinton stated that it was important to continue to compete successfully in a global economy and maintain our role as a world leader. The attention of state government has also been drawn to studying abroad. The government would provide a student with a direct financial support for studying abroad. As studying abroad has become more popular and has developed into a profession, advanced degrees are required for more and more positions in the company and include practitioners with expertise and experience needed to perform research. As we know, one of the Malaysian students studying abroad and working there, Nur Amalina Cik Bakri, or known as Dr. Amalina. She is Malaysian and who held the most of the 1A score in CJ Pelajaran Malaysia 2004 and received a Kijang Emas scholarship by Bank Negara Malaysia and was dispatched by the government to United Kingdom to continue study in medicine. She has completed her A-levels in United Kingdom at Cheltenham Ladies College and graduated as a doctor and worked as junior doctor for 2 years at Cambridge. Now she is currently doing her PhD while working at London Hospital. Other than that, students can improve their communication skills when they are continuing study after graduating high school. It is because Keaton said that communication is the creation or exchange ideas, thoughts, and understanding between receivers and senders. There are 3 types of communication skills provided by Zanatul Haji Iksan in her article, which are verbal communication, written communication, and social communication. For verbal communication, it is between two parties at the same time. One shares its views and another one must listen and provide some opinions. This goes through presentations and open discussions in a group or class. Second, written communication. These activities must through written assignments or reports. Effective communication skills in written assignments that using simple words, easy to understand, and using the style of academic writing. Third, social communication. Social communication, there are 4 subconstructs. There are negotiating, language, culture, and politeness. In completing the project, the students must debate it and make a final decision. So it must have the capacity to manage a face-to-face relationships. Based on the communication skills among university students article, communication skills are important because to equip themselves before entering the world of work. When applying for a job, the company must conduct an interview. Then the person must use his verbal communication in conducting the interview. Furthermore, Aqua Ahliya Adu Opong said that it was necessary communication skills because it can be used while working because it can create job satisfaction, less conflicts, and build relationships. That's all from my side of studying after graduating high school. So I pass back to Miss Shafika. Thank you.
So I want to add a little bit of point from Dr. Shasha. I think it is not necessary to study abroad because sometimes students that sponsored by government or other sponsors is their luck to study abroad, maybe because the excellence in the result. But I think when we are working, we also can go abroad with using our money. So it is not necessary to study abroad. But I agree with all the points made by every panel. Everyone have their own decisions whether to study or working, whether study or working. So after heard all the opinion by each of our panel, we have come to the end of our discussion. I would like to thank all the audience for attending the forum, and thank you um, and thank you also for the panels attending the forum dis- and discussing this topic together with me. I guess that is all for today. So thank you.